Here we go again. What's the best song get copyright straight? Just gonna cut the music off. Here we go, it's game time.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the comeback player of the year, Andrew Luck, and the Indianapolis Colts, as they match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, we are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Here we go, first drive.
We have a 1st and 10 forthcoming. We have a red zone alert as well as this offense looks to punch it in a scoreless first quarter.
Ready? Black 22. All day, every day, any day. Let's go.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Barber. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
Here we go, another drive.
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play? They'll try and run here with Barber. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Ready? White 25. Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Let's go.
They'll try it now with Barber. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there.
Here we go, time to hold 'em on defense.
Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's 2nd down, and the defense needing to step up.
Let's go. 180. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
From the 17, Luck. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. The numbers from last week's game for Ebron. 8 catches, 76 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going at 2nd to last in the pass defense area. Good for him.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Locke. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily
Here we go. Time to get back our lead.
And now time to check into the action as this offense tries to see if they can put a drive together here early in this first quarter.
Mike, ready. Back, 25, behind. I got one.
A first down throw for Winston. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Winston now. He's got Evans. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for being...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking...
Here we go. Time to take our lead back.
Time to get back into the action. We've got a red zone alert. 1st and 10 at the 14.
Ready. Blue lady. Double. Where we go?
From the red zone now, Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There defensively was Matthias Farley to knock it away. Boy, excellent coverage there. Last week he had the interception. One reason why he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
So no jokes about not having hands, right? Because he got the pick last week. This week, he's knocked down a ball in this game so far. Let's see if he can get an interception as this one continues.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he's
in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it.
Here we go, time to increase our lead.
Good here in the first half. They've got the lead. They're looking for more with the ball in the red zone. Following the interception, Winston. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cameron Brate, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game.
Time to score again.
This offense looking to get off to a hot start in the third quarter, opening drive, and they've got it first and goal.
Ready, white 25. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Jameis again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
For the interception by me.
First possession of the third. A third down situation coming up in the third quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that third down into fourth.
Ready, black 25 behind. You don't want none.
On third down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy.
Ready, black 25. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Jameis now on first down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but it'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
To throw on second and 10. Winston looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brashad Perriman, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are...
Here we go, time to increase our lead again.
So the situation, it's third down in the third quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. Again, it's Winston. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to...
Ready, move ready. You ain't going nowhere.
They'll run with Barber. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. So stuff from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get out.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to.
Here we go, time, make a play.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Anthony Auclair. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down.
It's our field. It's our field.
On third down, here comes Barber. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get the first, the decision to run on third and
Time to finish this game.
Ready? White 25. Get that quarterback.
Barber on first and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this?
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?
Another game, another win.
A game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.
Here we go, last game of this video.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the fifth-year quarterback, Jameis Winston, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they take on the 11-year man, Matthew Stafford, and the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Here we go, first play of this game.
Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. On third down, Johnson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Here we go, time hold for a field goal.
We have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend it 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And our statistician, Ben Ramsauer, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss. We're only in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it.
Here we go, time to make third down play.
A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? On third down, it's Barber. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? Play action now, Winston. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get...
Here we go, time to make another play.
Second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. On third down, it's Barber. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently second in the league in first downs, and they pick up one here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
Second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Winston from the gun on third down. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more.
Here we go, time to make another third down play.
Second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense.
Ready? Blue ready. I'm going to run you.
Winston on 3rd and 2. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play. This offense, they've got a really nice drive going, and now it's 1st and goal. Can they finish it off and punch it in the end zone? Jameis to throw it. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Touchdown!
3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here we go, time to make another 3rd down play.
A 3rd down situation coming up in the 3rd quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that 3rd down into 4th.
Ready? Black 22. I don't even know why this team
They go play action. Winston. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's got.
Ready? Blue 80. 51 for mine. Man, I got you.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical.
Here we go, time to make another 3rd down play.
So the situation, it's 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. Winston now from the 50. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back.
Ready? Blue 80. Hey, let's go.
Winston to throw for it on 4. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Stafford looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely piled.
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
On 4th down, Stafford. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down.
Black 25. Let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Here's Winston. He wants it all for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. This offense has been lighting the scoreboard up. Now the question, can they add to their lead? We drop you in a red zone situation in the second half.
Ready? White 25. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Andre Ellington, his first carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bucks are going to add on to their lead. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's
good way to end this video.
So for the Buccaneers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.